So, welcome to day 9, and I'm still at the lake. I positioned myself over here so you can see the lake a little bit. I thought that might be nice. As I finished up yesterday's video, I was thinking, because I had mentioned setting an intention, it just makes sense for us to do Sankalpa, or setting intention today. So, Sankalpa is a Sanskrit word for intention, and sort of some of you may have heard where the mind goes, energy flows. So what we spend time thinking about, or what we spend time flipping over in our head, are many times over, is like setting an intention. Because whatever we focus on, the neurons that fire together wire together. So if we're spending a lot of time on negative self-talk or worry, that part of your brain just wires, And what mindfulness does is help us rewire the calm side a little bit more. So they had done a study way back that they did a brain scan. There's two that come to mind. They did one of London cabbies, and their ability to find things. So their logistics, that logical part of the brain of knowing how to get to one place 4 different ways if there's a traffic jam, that part was like wired crazy. It just like was all lit up, or was more wired. Actually, if they knew where they were going, it only lights up a little bit, So I'm someone that gets lost all the time. So if I'm driving somewhere and especially if I'm upset, if I'm driving somewhere, I'll get lost, even if I know how to get there, because that logical part of my brain just goes off wire. And then if we would do a brain scan at that time, that whole part of my brain would be firing, because it would be saying, oh my gosh, Deb, where are you going? How do we know? Where is this? That kind of frenziedness. So what neurons fire together, wire together. So that the bad news is we'll spend a whole lot of time on negative self-talk. It's easier for us to go there. If you think about when you make a path, when you're tobogganing down a big hill, right? So I grew up in the cold regions in the winter. So it took several times to go down the mountain, the coal mountain. But once the path was made, we went really fast, okay? So those connections that we have soldered together, or wired together, then when a situation that comes up, we can jump right to that way. And so with mindfulness, we're trying to make more connections about being able to pause, be able to recognize what's going on, being able to allow those emotions to be there, and then respond to ourselves and to others in a loving way. And that's the purpose of RAIN, that we spend quite a bit of time on. So setting intention is interesting, because you're setting an intention probably for something that isn't true. So if you're feeling like you are unworthy, you would be saying to yourself, I am worthy. If you're feeling like the world is just not providing opportunities and that I'm smited, that's an old German word, I think, then you would say, the world provides opportunities for me. And you don't have to believe it, I don't know how to dive, but if my intention was to learn how to dive this summer, I could set my intention and say those words to myself that I can dive beautifully. I can dive even from a high dive, and it's going to be wonderful. So like part of my heart went to and I'm not going to get hurt. So obviously my head is saying, if you dive, you're going to get hurt, because I didn't learn how to dive as a kid. I could swim, but we didn't learn how to dive, or I didn't. So bringing to mind something that you would like to be true, like I am calm and I am peaceful, I am healthy and I am well, I am protected and I am at peace. I am worthy and loved. Whatever the words are for you, you want to avoid having a long string of words. You can just have one word or maybe two, but you don't want to go beyond that, because you're going to be repeating this to yourself in your head. So just keep it simple. So bringing that statement to mind. And if you have the ability, if you've practiced RAIN a little bit, or you know how to bring about loving kindness, maybe bringing that feeling to the surface just a little bit. So if I'm thinking about diving, my loving kindness, my nurturing self would say, yes, you can do this. You're going to be fine. It's going to feel so great when you know how to do it. Learning something is scary, but I am confident that you can do this. That would be the loving kindness. But let's go back to the sankalpa, the intention. So choosing a word or two, and they say if we speak it first, then if we whisper it, and then we say it to ourselves silently, it sticks, okay? So I want you to verbally say your sankalpa, and stating it in a positive way. So I am safe. And worthy. Whatever yours is. And then whispering it. I am safe. And I am worthy. And then saying it to yourself silently. Okay? So we're going to do it 3 times. So we'll each do our own. So now we'll be quiet. So saying it out loud. And then whisper. And then saying it silently. Now go on and do that 2 or 3 more times. Mind wanders off, or your brain is putting up a little bit of a fight, you just come on back. And in your most nurturing self way, you're just repeating this intention, just right now. And if you're ready, we're going to go through a short body scan. So if you want to lie down, that's awesome. Body scans lying down are awesome, but if you're in a seat, that's fine too. So noticing your feet on the floor, or your feet tucked under you or extended on the mat. Noticing your bottom being supported. Noticing your back being supported, the back of your head if you're lying down, feeling the contact of your arms on the mat, or the contact of your arms on your lap. taking a breath in and then exhaling and allowing yourself to feel fully supported by whatever surface, knowing that Mother Earth is underneath. Just ready there to hold you up, support you. Then noticing sounds. Not the sounds inside your head, those are thoughts. The sounds outside the body. Oh, a duck just quacked on cue. I love when that happens. So sounds. I watch Adriene, Yoga with Adriene, and her floor creaks, which is so funny. So that's a thought. So then I'm just going to bring myself back to, what do I hear now? I hear the rustling of the leaves. I'm just right here, that's all. And then noticing the breath, either continuing to breathe in and knowing you're breathing in, breathing out and knowing you're breathing out, or focusing on an area of the breathing process. So focusing on the tip of the nose where you can feel the air, and then you can feel the air coming out. Or focusing on the chest or the belly, the movement, the sensations of breathing. And if breathing's hard for you, just stay with sounds. Noticing that as we focus on breath, not for everyone, but often, the breathing slows down and deepens. And if your mind has gone back to your Sankalpa, that's okay, but I would encourage you, I would invite you to stay with the body scan. So we're going to start at the top of the head, the crown of the head, even the space a little bit above the head. So a little bit above the head, feeling into that space if you can. Feeling into the crown of the head and the back of the head, the back of the neck, the back of the shoulders, the backs of the arms, the backs of the hands, the upper back, including the shoulder blades, middle back, lower back, buttocks, back of the thighs, the knees, the calves. Just scanning the body, the back of the heels, the bottom of the feet. And then noticing the top of the feet, so the front of the feet and the front of the ankle, the shin, the knees, the thighs, the hips, the belly, the front of the rib cage, all the organs that are inside that are protected by the rib cage and the belly, collarbone, collarbones, the throat, the jaw, starting at the brow, noticing if the forehead is relaxed, or can you relax it just a little bit more, letting go, relaxing the eyes, just letting go, relaxing the cheeks, relaxing the jaw, relaxing the inside of the mouth. And then I'm inviting you to notice the whole right side of the body, from the tip of your head, through the torso, down the leg, and the right arm. So noticing the whole right side of the body at once. And letting that go. And then noticing the left side of the body, from the crown, the left side of the face, the left side of the throat, the left arm, the left waist, the left hip, the left leg, the top of the left foot, and out through the toes. Now letting that go and seeing if you can bring into awareness the front and the back of the body and the right side and the left side all at once. The entire body, from the tip of your head, right side to left side, front to back, the tip of your head to the tip of your toes, the bottom of your feet. Taking a breath in, noticing how the body responds, and then allowing that breath to come out very slowly if you can, or with a sigh. And now bringing back to mind the intention that you set for yourself. And if you've forgotten, that's okay. Just choose a word or two. And then once again, we're going to say it out loud. Then we're going to whisper it. And then say it to ourselves. And then 2 more times, out loud. And say it like you mean it. Even if you don't believe it, just say it. Whisper it, and then say it silently. And then the last time, out loud, to yourself, and whispering it. And as you're ready, finding your feet on the floor, if you're on a chair, finding your bottom on the chair. Noticing the pressure of the arms wherever they are. And so I would invite you to practice your sankalpa, your intention. Like I said, even if you don't believe it, that's fine. Those are the best intentions. Because the brain doesn't know. You know, we're aware of what the conscious mind thinks. All right? So if your conscious mind is saying, I'm not worthy, you're not worthy. If you say to the unconscious mind, which is what you're doing when we're saying things out loud, and you say, I'm worthy, I'm worthy, and whispering it 3 times during the day, a couple times, you're laying down that neurological wiring. So with that, I will say thank you for your focus and your time. And I will see you tomorrow, day 10.